Yep. We're going to fucking make it today.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Yes. Right, folks. If we both fall asleep halfway through the stream, sorry, because it's been one of those weeks.
It absolutely has.
Talk about being busy. Bloody hell.
Right? Yeah. I decided I'm going to fucking take some time off and, spend some time with my wife and, figured we'd have a nice night out last night and, well, saw one of the greatest hockey games of my entire life, but it ran into a shootout. So basically, we ended up being at this game for an extra hour, pretty much. It was fantastic, but goddamn, I'm paying for it today.
Oh God.
Got hit with a puck, so that was pretty cool.
Excellent. I've only ever been to one ice hockey game, and that's, I don't know, I just don't. Yeah, not my thing.
Oh man, this one was great. It was not even like 2 minutes into the first period, and there was a fucking fist fight. Dude got his nose busted. There was blood. It reminded me why I love this sport so much.
Fair one. No, it's there's a team back home called the Belfast Giants. I don't even know they're still going. But yeah, that became a thing for a while. Everyone had to go to one of those games, and yeah, I like I said, I'm not a big sports person anyway.
Same.
So I don't even watch rugby anymore. And the flipping main stadium's like not too far.
Oh, that's a shame.
Matches on all the time, but I can't even be bothered. But it's be. Oh, hey Flea, good to see you. Thanks for understanding. Folks, just so you know, we had to postpone tonight's stream because of me, because I'm knackered. And I was like trying to cram in a series and I wasn't taking any of it in. You know, when your brain just starts to shut down and you just see stuff on the screen and nothing, you're just like, what did I just watch? You know, what did I just watch? And nothing's actually went in.
Oh yeah, man. No, I've decimated like 3 books in this last week, and there's one that I'm reading just for funsies. And last time I read it, I blew through 2 chapters and realized I didn't catch a single thing I fucking read. And it's like, all right, I gotta put this down for a bit.
Yeah. I think I've got like a bit of a chapter left on Earth Hive, an alien novel. And honestly, I can't remember. Like, have I finished this one or not? I'd go because it's part of a trilogy. You know, it's a trilogy of books, anthology series, and I'm like, have I finished this one? Am I ready to start the next one, or do I need to go back? I don't remember. It's like, bloody hell!
Yeah. So always fun.
Yeah, I'm just thinking I need to pay super attention with this one because it's like out there, and I'm like not. I need to be fully awake for this one, and yeah, I'm not right now.
What was the series again? I'm kind of curious now.
Paranoia Agent. It's Kitsune. Oh god, what is? He's the one. He's the director, the creator of Perfect Blue, and
oh, okay,
the other one.
Yeah, dope.
Satoshi Kon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he loves his mind bending alternate reality, multiple personalities. You know, every one of his characters got at least 3 personalities, and you've got to keep up with them.
Fuck yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah,
but I can also understand.
That's why if you're going to talk about it, you need to be paying attention to his work. You have to like every freaking frame he does has something going on, and you can't just be like, you know, zoning out. You just don't understand anything because you've been given like 20 hints.
That's funny.
Yeah, be tempted to start drinking again just to understand them. Oh god, we need more creators like that in the world. Yeah, talking about books as well. We are absolutely swamped with submissions. I am blown away. Like, I thought Volume 1 was cool. Everyone coming on board. RF Tales. Volume 2, oh my god, it's like I'm gonna have to turn people away, and it's a good position, but it's also a bad position because I'm gonna have to tell people no.
I mean, definitely worse problems to have.
Yeah, it's one of those. I love the. I mean, the book would end up being that thick. They're trying to keep them all sort of the same size, you know, that obviously cost effective as well, you know, to publish them out. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's been fun getting all the initial editing and stuff done and going through a lot of stories, and quite a few have been accepted already. But then all of a sudden, boom, everyone's come aboard. So
Right.
that'll be out soon. Like, it's going to be scary how quickly that one comes out.
Hell yeah.
I don't know of a few other projects as well, which watch this space.
Right. Okay. Got something coming.
Mm-hmm. Really excited about that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
But talking about something, I don't know how I feel about this because
Oh man, I'm fucking stoked.
I remember these from ages. These are one of those like the sort of 2000 childs of like movies that I don't know. Like I don't even remember the second one. I remember the plot of the first one, but
Oh,
I know
never
what you did
mind.
last summer.
We're talking about a different one. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this.
This was so forgettable.
Yeah, I have watched the first two, I believe, multiple times. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a fucking single thing about it. Actually, I don't even remember if I remember the cast all the way.
Yeah, I know
Like,
this is how desperate Hollywood are. They're mining even the horror franchises now to resurrect the corpses of
I'll
things
say
that people have.
that's nothing new. You go after shit that you know makes money, and yeah, it's just like,
I
oh, it's gonna be the kids now, or fucking at this point, maybe the grandkids.
No, actually the plot is so what they're doing is they've got like a major tenuous link to they try and bring the old fans in.
Mhm.
So release his first poster, blah blah blah. So which is it? Is it a reboot or a legacy sequel? What the fuck is it? A reboot means they're going back and redoing the original and overwriting it. A sequel means they're continuing the story.
Well, so that's
These
what's called a requel.
a requel, wequel, fucking shit. These
Yeah,
arseholes don't even know what they're making anymore. That's you know what I mean.
pretty much.
Do Revenges. No idea how that is. No idea who this is. Don't give a shit. This is
Yeah.
tourism. This is horror tourism. This is fucking normies like trying to mine the horror genre. I would put this in the same category as Scream.
I mean, they even say it's in the category of Scream.
Oh, they even say, okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, if you go further, much like Scream 2022.
There we go. Okay, fuck's sake. They don't even, yeah. For
Yeah.
fuck's sake. I just think it's funny. You've got all these young ones going, this is our franchise. It's like, dude, it's older than you. Shut up.
Yeah, it's
We
like,
all
I
remember
mean,
this shit when it first came out. It was boring then. That's why
right,
they're forgotten.
pretty much. I mean, yeah, there's like 3 of them, but still, it's just,
I didn't even know there was a
eh.
third one.
I think there's 3.
I
I
know
don't
there's
remember.
definitely two, because the second one is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and
Mhm.
well, a different. I don't care. Fuck, these were boring.
Yeah, this was just typical fucking like, oh god, we need to make some money. Let's do some let's do a teen slasher thing. Oh yeah, I guess there's only 2.
Is there one because I know what you did last summer? Blah 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 blah. Oh, they're not even going to call it. That's what I mean. They're that lazy now. They don't even know that. They haven't got the creativity to come up with a new title to continue it on. Like, they don't even know whether they're rebooting it or carrying it on, because they're sort of having to do both, because basically they're idiots.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean that's sort of par for the course with shit like this.
Mm-hmm. I will not be. Yeah, I'm not going to see it,
Yeah,
and I
I
don't even know if I could be arse reviewing it, because like I don't care.
Yeah, I could care less about the first two movies, so just meh.
But social media will say it's the greatest thing. Well, this will be another one of these ones where social media go, you got to be on our team. Blah, we're the best. Blah, blah, blah. And if you don't like this movie, you're a terrible person. And then people just go, nah, shit. And there'll just be all this hyperbolic crap for about a month due to the release. And then it'll be forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing, I'm seeing the pattern now. There you
Yeah.
go. I've nothing else to say about this one. It's just like, I don't care. Not interested. Not excited. I remember I did cover an article. Sarah Michelle Gellar's going to be on set because her husband's part of it or something, but she's not going to be in it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And you're just like, fuck off. Just you're trying too. You know you're desperate. You're trying too hard with this. Member Barry stuff. It doesn't work anymore. People have got wise to it, and they're
The
tired.
problem is no one has. That's why shit like this keeps getting pumped out, because people will eat this shit up. Like, and that's the sad thing. It's these only happen because people want them.
Do they though? Or is it just?
I mean, they fucking sell. The thing is, Hollywood movies are, it's paint by numbers formula. If it works, they keep doing it. If it doesn't work, they do something else. So there's going to be asses in seats. People are going to vote with their money. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I just don't see this being that. I can sort of understand Scream because it became like a popular phenomenon, but this one was so forgettable.
I mean, this one was big enough at the time. Like, I mean, it's been parodied in scary movies, so
Well,
I mean,
the
that says
scary
it all
right,
right
that's a
there.
franchise that needs to come back.
That's absolutely. That
That's
was
something that
gold.
hits the nail on the head and plays with all the tropes. That's a
Mm.
franchise they need to look into again.
Yeah.
But I just don't. Maybe it's just me. I just don't see it. I'm not even annoyed. I'm just like confused. If that makes sense. This is the one you pick.
Right.
Like it's so dated. And I think of its time. Oh well, guess we'll see anyway. But
Okay,
yeah.
I won't.
No, I'm just interested to see how it
Yeah.
does. I'm not watching it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just interested to see what the box office looks like and if it bombs or not.
Yeah.
And if it does take off and become the next thing, I'll just be scratching my head and going, why? How?
I'm sure it'll do well, just because the fact that 90s nostalgia is a thing, even though
All
that
right,
was
is
a
that what we're doing?
terrible, terrible decade.
That was the worst decade ever.
I wouldn't say it's the worst decade ever, but it
Well,
was.
we're currently living in the world. I suppose we're living in the. But I
I
mean,
was gonna say we've
when the world was
this is
normal.
this is definitely shooting for the worst decade ever.
In terms of entertainment, like it was just odd. It was. I don't know what they were trying to do in the 90s. And of
I
course, it
mean,
happened to be like me. I was my like getting into adulthood, like during that awkward time of you going from child to adult and seeing the world. And yeah, this was the entertainment you had, and you're just like, why does everybody hate me? You almost felt like that. It's like, why do you all hate me? And then I remember, what was it? The things people got excited about back then. What do you call him? Who's them two numpties? Matt Damon and the other one. Fleck.
oh,
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. That's all everyone was talking about and stuff and all those sort of and you're like, what is this? You know, when you really feel as if you're not part of anything because everything was shit and you just couldn't get on board with the hype train.
Yeah, and that's kind of my existence.
This is the I can understand the 80s. The 80s were fun. There was a sense of fun about the 80s. The 90s was just beige and manufactured. That was 100% corporate manufacturing in the 90s. It really felt it. Guess we'll see or not. let us know if you're excited about this because, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, nah, I can care less about that.
Yeah.
Or couldn't care less about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, fun times. Good. You can just see the desperation, can't you?
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's
They're-
can't do originals because you can't gamble on it.
They don't have the creative people because they pushed them all out and did all the nepotism thing. So you just got all the grifters now that can't produce the goods. And it's just like you can just see that finally it's starting to bite them enough that they're just they don't know what to do, and they're just these are all their like last ditch efforts to try and get stuff happening. But anyway, here's something a bit more fun, I think.
Yeah, here's the thing I'm actually excited for.
That's why I thought I would start with a negative one, and then we'll cheer ourselves up because
Yeah, man.
at least there's still here's hope that there's still innovative creators out there. There's still people out there making stuff and have a vision. This is what we need more of, and it proves as well you don't need to resurrect decades old franchises. You can start new things. You just have to have a bit of creativity about you. But
I mean, technically, this is a decade plus year old franchise that kind of got
he's built.
resurrected.
He's stuck. He's got the vision. He's stuck with it. It's his.
Yeah,
and he's actually bringing it to a conclusion. He's had this path that he's going on. Yeah, it's taken him 10 years, but if you think of the first 3 installments, like it wasn't until the third one, Terrifier itself, actually came out. The overnight success, 10 years to do the overnight success thing. No, you got to respect it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Terrifier game, we've now got a collector's edition coming out, and it actually looks really nice. It's one of them things you just splurge your money on and go, oh, it's going to sit on the shelf forever. I'm never opening that.
Yeah, man. I really hope I can get my hands on a collector's set because that looks fun.
Yeah, actually, I don't even have a PS5, but I would get the game just to have it, the physical copy. Look at it.
So I don't have a PS5, but I do have a Switch, so I think I'd be more tempted to that. It's like I need a PS5. Like I really want one because I fucking love Silent Hill, and that remake of the second one just was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I just have a hard time convincing myself to spend that much money on a system that I'm gonna just look at and play maybe once or twice a year.
No, that's my problem. I was talking just before we went live. A game I was playing, a demo I downloaded to play on stream, absolutely fucked my computer up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like still reeling from it. I don't know what it overwrote, but it's really messed things up with the graphics card and stuff.
Yeah, some shit.
I don't trust Steam anymore because I'm like, what the hell? I'm not putting stuff onto my computer that's going to mess things up. So I'm thinking console route might be the way forward, just to have it. It just makes it a bit more challenging when it comes to streaming things. Because if I don't stream it, I'm not going to just play games. I need to have something productive to do to justify spending 2 hours in a game. Because that's just the way my brain is.
Fair.
But yeah, where's the... Right, so the Media Collector's Edition comes with a long list of goodies for horror fans to smile over. This includes a physical copy of the game for PlayStation 5 or Nintendo Switch, a puke bag, a reversible poster, bloody gameplay gloves, character sticker set, arts mix soundtrack, and art book. Say that 5 times fast.
Right.
Artfulness. Devilish package also comes with a premium collector's box, special thank you letter, an old school instruction manual, and exclusive digital content for the game itself. These exclusives feature a hardcore mode with an alternate ending, new character skins, and an extra gallery. The arcade game is inspired by vintage beat-em-ups of the 1980s, with a maddening horror twist. This deadly clown may be captured in pixel art but just as gruesome as its cinematic counterpart. The previous release trailer showcased a ton of gore on par with the unrated films it's based on. It sounds like fun. We never got the Toxic Avenger game, the full version of it. Remember I played the demo and we were going to try and get everybody together?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
never happened.
I wish it would have came out because I love that kind of stupid shit.
That's all I want from a game. See, at this stage in life, I don't want the game that's going to take me 20 hours of gameplay to go through the story mode. I just want a side scroller, a beat 'em up, something daft to spend an hour or two on that I don't have to study all the power ups and all that kind of crap. I just want to switch my brain off and have a bit of a laugh.
See, I love that kind of shit, but and I'll force myself to make time for it. Like The Last of Us Part 2 fucking blew my mind. But yeah, there's something just nice about something where you don't have to think, you don't have to really do anything. You just turn it on for a little bit, kill some stuff, get a couple giggles out of it, and get on with your life.
That's it. One doesn't preclude. You can have a mix, but at this stage, I don't have time to dedicate the like 20 plus hours worth of gameplay just to get the certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
Then going through all the back and worrying how you do your power ups in a certain way and all. What was that Path of Exile game I was playing for ages? That just became a grind.
Mm-hmm.
You put your power ups in that stupid tree. If you don't do it the right way, then nothing actually works. And if you leave it for a week and you come back, you're like confused. You have to start from the beginning to try and remember everything and figure it out. Nah, I just can't be bothered. I just want some fun, man. I think Damien Leone gets that.
Yeah.
He understands that people just want to switch their brains off sometime and just have a giggle and see some cartoon violence and see some creativity. Just, that's it. That's why Terrifier 3 blew up at the cinema and just smashed everything around it, because it was the only bit of hope of a movie coming out that understood its audience.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? It says, after his rematch with Sienna Shaw, Art the Clown lost his demonic helper Vicky, his supernatural abilities, and Sienna lost her family, and her cousin Gabby was sent to hell. So spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie by now, I don't know what to say. You've had plenty of time to catch up. But he said it's going to be the final chapter. So that's a good sign that he's got a beginning, middle, and end. He knows where he wants us to go. It'll be interesting to see what he comes up with next.
Yeah.
There you go. Obviously, folks, when I clip this, I'll stick the links in, and you can go check out the trailer and all that good stuff. There you go. That was...
Yeah, looks like goofy fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's all the one at the end of the day.
Right.
There we go. Yeah. Fun times. No, I just want us to go back to being entertained again. Is that too much?
I think so. I think it is too much.
Hey, folks, here's a nice product. There's no, especially with games as well, with all the add-ons and stuff and the microtransactions, that's become more of the thing than the actual game itself. And then they release it, it's only half built, and people are stupid enough to buy it, and you're like, what is he doing?
Just I mean, that's
a good product.
Yeah.
Offer people a good product, the best you can, and just leave it at that. I mean, talking about good products, I think we're going to enjoy talking about this one.
Absolutely.
Let's dive into the release. All right, then. Slight change for those that might have seen some of the posts. We're not doing... Or actually, should I review Popeye's Revenge right now?
Fuck yeah, you should.
Okay. I lasted 6 minutes and 43 seconds and went, nah, this is a load of crap. The end.
I did not start it, but I will be watching it.
Yeah, what it was, obviously, these were both getting released at the same time. Popeye the Slayer Man hadn't come out yet, but Popeye's Revenge has, so we'd originally decided, okay, we'll do that. Then Popeye the Slayer Man actually got released online,
Mhm.
and it's like,
Well, the kicker with that was like that's the one that I saw trailers for, like in the theaters, and was like, fuck yeah, I can't wait to see that shit. Thinking, much like most of the other uh like free IPs or whatever the fuck it is, like basically the copyright expires and people are like, yeah, we're making this. So like Steamboat
oh, and
Willie, the
there's the public
Pooverse.
domain.
Like I think, yeah, public domain. There we go. Like I figured, fuck yeah, there's gonna be like a one night only screening of this shit, just like the Pooverse type stuff. And yeah, saw the trailer once and then nothing ever came of it. So glad I was able to finally see it. I wish I could have seen it in theaters though.
This would have been fun.
This would have been fucking great in the theater.
So anyway, just so you aren't confused, we are discussing Popeye the Slayer Man,
Mhm.
directed by Robert Michael Ran. A curious group of friends sneak into an abandoned spinach canning factory to investigate the legend of the Sailor Man, who's said to haunt the factory and local docks.
Yeah, it's quite refreshing to see a slasher just kill with his bare hands.
Yeah,
Like we don't get that very often.
it doesn't mess about either.
No.
Like at least I get. Do you know what? They're actually trying to tell a story with this one as well.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like the thing is with this movie.
I'm shocked because they're actually trying. I'm like,
Yeah, that's the thing with this movie. It's like they knew what they were making, but they said, "Now we're gonna shoot this shit straight." So, I mean, visually, it's great. Like the camera work is fantastic.
oh yeah.
Prosthetics are great. The acting is on par with any other sort of like movie. It's just
I didn't
such a goofy fucking premise, and I love it.
like I said, I didn't even get, I didn't even see Popeye and Popeye's Revenge, but I saw the three main protagonists. I went, nah,
Hmm.
I'm out. Uh, just absolutely, you know, when you just know they're crap and they're just you're not going to enjoy yourself. This felt like an actual drama, and
Hmm.
they got some big names like the actress that plays God, what do you call it? Margot. She's in loads of TV stuff.
Mm.
The secretary, the one for the property company, the white shirt. I was trying to get the
Okay.
document signed to sell the cannon factory.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been in loads of stuff. Like she's not a first time actress. She's like featured heavily in TV and stuff, like major
Mm.
shows that people know about. Not that I know about, but I know
I
that
was like,
people
I
know
don't know
about.
shit about shit. Like I didn't recognize any of these people, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, she's been in stuff. No, the rest of them are like sort of indie actors, but they got someone like her on board, so obviously fair play to them. But yeah, we've got this girl, Adrienne. She's run away from two drug dealers or something,
Hmm.
and straight away we get it. We're into the factory. You know, it just makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean it's great.
Right?
Like it's the easiest setup. Like the movie starts to go, all right, let's get this bitch. "Oh, I'm not going in there, man. Are you sure? Yeah, this motherfucker owes us. Well, but isn't this place haunted by blah 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 blah? And it's like, cool, there, you just set up the entire premise of the story in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Now let's get to the murdering.
that's it.
It's
I've
like
said
I
this.
love that shit.
I've said this hundreds of times. You don't need to do loads of exposition and shit. Just there you go, couple of sentences. Doesn't cost any more money. It just needs a bit of clever script writing, good premise, done. And
Hmm.
so far, what have you've got three actors, bit of dialogue, and the only money really that's been spent is the padlock that they had to break. That's the only sort of really outland budget in the budget so far in terms of
The actors
No, but you know what I mean? Do you know when they always go, "Oh, the
Gaffer.
budget. Oh, the special effects budget. Oh, we can't make this movie because of special effects. Oh, right. All they've spent in terms of special effects is they've bought a padlock for somebody to smash with a rock. That's it. And we've got the whole premise of the story in like I said, 5 seconds, 2 lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just happy. Is that wrong?
Right. And then the kicker is like the second you see the spinach can start rolling, that's like, oh shit, here it comes. And can we just talk about the fucking canning plant, Anchor Bay? Like, I totally thought that was like a dig at the production company, or the production company, Anchor Bay. And then I'm a dumbass and I realized, wait, he's got a fucking anchor tattoo. Of course, it's going to be called something stupid like that.
The Easter eggs in this, and I didn't get them all, but oh my god.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to watch this severely less, medicated. But dude, the one that got me was Wimpy. I was fucking dying. I was scared I was gonna wake up Jana. So little inside joke. Basically, when we first started dating, we were gonna go get some food, and it's almost 20 fucking years together, and she still wants to pay for her own shit. And it's like, I don't fuck, whatever. If we're going out, I'll pay for it. I'm fine with that. Well, we're getting hamburgers, and like, she straight up looks at me, doesn't have her money on her, and she's like, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. And I fucking lost my shit. And yeah, so since then she has always been my Wimpy. Yeah, she straight up said that.
This is one of these things. If you need to understand the cartoon to get some of the jokes. Now, this is a fun movie on its own.
Yeah, well,
but
and that's
the lure of understanding the cartoon, growing up with the cartoon, just gives it that bit of spice. It's not key jangling. It's you don't get it.
That's the thing with this. Like, they do it so well and so quick that it's almost like a Kevin Smith movie, where if you've seen everything else leading up to that, you get the joke. But it's so small, so subtle that if this is the first time ever experiencing anything like this, it doesn't take you out of it. You don't feel like you're missing anything. That's nice. That's the way it should be.
That's what Easter eggs were meant to be. They were for the hardcore fans.
Mm-hmm.
Or people that got the joke or appreciated the property.
Yeah.
That was just a little sprinkling extra, not the entire plot like the fucking Marvel movies that relied on that. I'll always go back to the Stan Lee cameos. At the start, when Marvel was doing his stuff, it was a blink and you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got to the point that dumb that they're beating you over the head, that he's like having more screen time than the actual characters. You're like, you missed the whole point, you dumb bastards. You ruined the actual fun. I don't like people. I've seen it before with other things that are beating you over the head. You need to know about this. This is how it's relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Like screaming at you. You're like, calm down. Just tell a good story. Have a bit of fun with it. And then if you want to sprinkle a few Easter eggs in, which this movie does brilliantly,
mm-hmm.
for fans of the Popeye series, do it. But yeah, the spinach can just rolling.
Yeah, it's so good. Such a fucking funny way to build suspense and like lead with the character coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Because like with the Cinnabites, you've got the room changing, smoke and lights and all that shit coming from behind hidden walls. Victor Crowley, you have him calling for his daddy. Like, all these things that work so great in other slashers. And this is so fucking stupid, but it's brilliant that it's just a can rolling in a factory. And it elicits the same emotions until you think about it. Then it's like, God, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so, like, again, I just can't get over how fucking well made this movie was. I was expecting this to be just a pile of dog shit that I begrudgingly stepped in and was like, whatever, I'll live with it now.
No, that's why Do you know I had the moment of I gotta check, all right, this is coming, and I just watched it because I wasn't planning the review because we're going to do the other one.
Mhm.
And then I went, holy shit, this is really good. See if the other one's shit, I'm gonna do that instead. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? You'll hate my guts. And that's why I had to do the pause. Hold on, I'm gonna watch the other movie to see if it
Mhm.
compares. And like I said, I got 6 minutes into the other one, man. Nah, that's shit. We're not doing that one. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the prosthetics. These are some of the best prosthetics I've seen in years, recent years,
Yeah,
for a
and
character. Like, bloody hell, this was close to like Robin Williams' version.
yeah. Yeah, this is evil Robin Williams.
Yeah, this is like the Murray universe of Robin Williams Popeye movie. I need to watch that again actually, because that's what I was. If I had time, um,
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me really heavily of the Dick Tracy movie.
oh yes, Warren Beatty.
Mhm.
Oh god, that's a hidden gem.
Yeah, man.
That
That's one it kills me because I bought it, because I found it on Blu-ray and Jana's never seen it, so I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll buy it, we'll watch it." That was years ago, we still haven't watched it.
that's one of them movies that had no right being as good as it was.
Mhm.
Just one of them, what is this? Do you remember when they used to make off the wall movies that got away with it? Because there was a mix. Now everything's just so beige that you would never get a movie like that now. The Mask would never happen now, for example. What do you call it? Green Hornet and all them sort of movies, they would never happen now because it just, like I said, everyone's just so beige and bland and just won't take a risk of
Even though
anything
we're
out there.
talking about a movie like that just came out.
Hmm?
Nothing. I'm just giving you shit. Because that's, like, literally, that's what we're talking about right now is a movie that just came out that is exactly like that.
But um this is what we're talking about. This is such a surprise. Everything's just been just absolute crap. And then you get something like this, you're like, bloody hell, they get it. They're
Oh
trying
no,
to
man.
entertain us.
I've seen a lot of good movies that came out brand new this year. Like I almost feel like we're gonna get a really good resurgence of horror this year.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, the problem is when people are going to be offended, there's some people just live to be offended. And I think we're starting to learn the lesson now that you can't please those sort of people, so don't waste your time. No, because you never win. And then you end up making movies for nobody. Look at all the mainstream shit. It's fucking falling apart. It's funny to watch. All the mainstream movies are all crying in their tears or in their uh what do you call them things they cry into? Their handkerchiefs. I'm looking
Yeah,
for
there
a
you go.
thing. The tears they cry into and stuff. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm I'm like frazzled at the moment.
Yeah, I feel you.
um, but yeah, Popeye looks great in this. You just see it and you just feel like he can mess you up.
Oh yeah.
And then these two drug dealers just get and that's it. They get messed up. But even in the dialogue, I am what I am.
Oh my god.
Like,
That was the moment when I knew exactly what to expect from this movie. And it was just fucking fantastic. It's like the drug dealers got killed and their potential victim is cowering, covered in their blood, and just screams, "You're a monster!" Pans over to Popeye, just close up on his face. "I am what I am," and then she dies, and it's just like, God damn it, this is gonna be a good one.
yeah, like I said, I'm just so surprised. I think we've just been beaten down over the last couple of years, with just crap that we're finally getting a whole slew of creators in that get it now. And of course, it has to be the horror genre. Yeah, then we'll go to meet our real protagonists to get the story started. And yeah, we meet Dexter. Normally, they would make him really annoying. Like they would overplay him, but he's just it's just proper nerd porn. You know what I mean? He is the geek, yet the women love him, but he's not trying, sort of thing. This is where awkward 16-year-olds look and go, I want to be like that. You got a best friend who looks out for him and stuff. You know what I mean? It's pure fantasy, of course, but I can get with it because I don't think there was a character here I didn't like.
Yeah, at least the ones that you didn't like, you weren't supposed to like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're doing their job. So I
Yeah.
didn't. Joey, for example, he is what he is. But I'm not going to hate on the characters doing what he's meant to do in this gang, or they're cannon fodder. So I've no problem with that. And they played it straight. Really intense in their characters. So do you know why normally they do this? And it's so ham-fisted that you just hate them all, and you're like, oh, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the factory's going to get torn down. He wants to do his documentary, almost like a paranormal investigator. Which is it paranormal investigator / urban legends? They're sort of pulling into that, aren't they? For his film
I'd
project?
say more urban legends, because I mean he
Doesn't-
straight up says that that's essentially what it is. He's doing a documentary for a school project about the alleged haunting of the cannery.
Yeah, but it's not quite haunted. It's also it sort of straddles the line between them both. So it's not like straight out. That horrible night vision green camera. That's what I think of paranormal investigations. Can you hear me? When everyone's and all that kind of stuff. Where
Yeah.
I think this is more urban legends. Actually, if you think about it, it's more like the sort of Candyman script or storyline. They go to investigate, a popular urban legend and document, except they're doing it in film instead of photographing or photography. But I got it once again. There's nothing happening here at this point that I'm not on board with, and I'm not going along with the story.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't feel like I'm shitting a brick. You know what I mean? It's actually flowing through nicely, and I'm like surprised. Going, this is so easy to watch. Why is it so easy to watch?
Right.
That's yeah. And the way they change as well. So we'll go back, and this is where we meet Margot, and we meet the boss or the person that owns the factory. Basically, wants to sell it to a developer and get it torn down. I guess this is where you can see that they're not wasting budget as well, because they decide to hold it actually in the factory itself.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, obviously,
Like, why wouldn't you meet up there?
yeah, I just sort of think that's something you do in the office, wouldn't it? But I didn't. Once again, I don't mind. I got it. I got why they're doing it in the thing, and obviously they've got to set up the plot. He's there with the security guy. They're getting the place checked out. So she arrives there to get the document signed. But we meet Angus, and we've already seen Popeye. If we hadn't seen Popeye, Angus would be intimidating. But we've seen Popeye already, so we just know Angus is done for. He hasn't a chance.
Right. Well, and his introduction is great because, like, of course, Margot knows what the fuck is up. She's heard the legends and all that shit, and she's wandering around, and then he's just kind of passes by, and she runs and cowers. That shit's so funny.
She was a great character. I kind of wanted to see more of her.
Yeah.
But once again, these don't feel like bad characters, because once again, we're getting a story. We're getting like a whole setup. Why the film students are going to break in that night. What's happening with the factory. Like, these are short scenes, and they're telling the whole story. Instead of somebody, which normally happens, is sitting in front and going, blah, 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 exposition, 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 exposition. This is, and just tell you the whole story, like basically read out the script. We're actually getting scenes that tell the story and put the whole picture of the pieces of the puzzle together. And I didn't think people could tell stories like this anymore. I'm just happy. Is that okay? Am I allowed?
I mean, maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
It's definitely a change.
Isn't it? It's just so refreshing, especially an indie production to see people that understand storytelling again. No, Hollywood's fuck. That's why they're digging up. You know what I mean? They're digging up the corpses of like '90s franchises because they've nothing. But it just shows that creativity isn't dead. We've got people here who are able to make a movie, make it look like this does. If this was in the DVD store, like back in the day, next to the other releases of the time, this would hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't feel. It feels like a small budget movie production. We used to have those, and we used to have medium budget as well. Not everything was either micro budget or hundreds of millions. You know what I mean? There used to be this whole range of movies, and that's what you got.
Yep.
That's what this. That's what this feels like. But I mean, we get the whole setup. Obviously, they're going to sell the cannon factory. That's why he just wants it shut off. It's been 20 years. It hasn't been opened or running. It's just costing the guy money and property tax, and you may as well sell it as a tax write-off. So we've got the whole premise of what's going on. And then obviously Angus gets told to go clear the building. And we just know where it's going, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But yeah, when it actually comes out, when he finds the bodies of we never saw the girl, Adrienne.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Saw the
about
two
that.
bodies of the pushers,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't see her body. And that's important for later, I think. Because we're getting the impression maybe not a mindless monster, just killing for the sake of it. But yeah, he finds those two, and then he's instead of running the car, he's like, right, I'm gonna mess you up. And yeah, that went as well as you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
But those effects, man, the practical effects, like old school gore and splatting and heads exploding and stuff, you're just like, that doesn't age. You see the CGI shit and it ages like within a year. You still use practical effects and bloody hell, it still works.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the bit where we're back to the bar again because we're obviously have to get introduced to our new characters, and it's one of those blink and you miss it. If you don't understand what it was, the Wellington Wimpy cameo,
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
that was just like, oh shit, yes. Yeah. So no, I'm not going to let you pay next Tuesday for a burger. Fucking, off we go. And that was it. It wasn't. Do you know why if Hollywood was trying to do that, the pan on him, there'd be a whole line of dialogue. It would be explained. That would be it. It would spend about 10 minutes explaining what the joke was. Well, this is just done. You either got it, you didn't, and it's just a little extra for those that get it. Because this is where everyone's. We're meeting Katie now, who works behind the bar. And obviously, we've got Dexter, Olivia, and Lisa. They're all getting ready to do this thing. And then this is where we meet Joey and his gang.
Mm-hmm.
God, what a stereotype. Like,
oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But
I mean, if you're going to have a heel, have a fucking heel. And,
yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely it.
Like, we see Katie's got the bruises on her arms. And yeah. Are you sure you told me you were doing your film project for school tonight? Why is my property having thoughts of its own? Yeah, it's like he was selling it to you. He was like proper banned into the character.
Mm-hmm.
So fair play to the actor for doing that, because that's a shit character to play, I'd imagine. Like you play your head. I never understood people like that. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get the mindset.
Yeah.
But there's people like that exist in the world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it comes from somewhere. But this guy's really hamming up. And then we've got Jesse and what's his hangers on? Jesse's the worst character out of the three of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's the one that's shipping in the air, stirring the pot. Who's the other guy? Victor or something? No.
I don't remember. I fucking suck with names though.
Yeah. Terry. So Joey's Katie's
Oh yeah, it was
boyfriend.
Terry. Yeah.
Jesse's the shit stir, and Terry's the other fella who seems to have joined this gang, not really understanding that they're absolute dipshits.
Yeah, he kind of just at all times doesn't seem like he belongs with them.
Yeah, it's like he's having them sort of thoughts of, what am I doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't help him though.
No.
Yeah. The same when they go to the factory, you know, and I love the way they're supposed to be sneaking in, but they park their cars up neatly in the car park.
Yeah, I mean, it's an abandoned factory on the outskirts of town, so it's like, do you really need to hide?
Yeah, but it's funny though because they're talking about sneaking in and stuff, but they just park up. You know, if their security goes around at night, that's the first thing go see is park cars.
Right.
But the fact that Dexter's just completely surprised that a chain, like an abandoned factory, would be locked and have a chain, the padlock on it, he's just stumped. That's him. Game over.
Right. And it's just so funny too because they make mention of it. They're like, "Well, you didn't think to check this first?" Well, I was hoping it'd be unlocked.
But once again, it fits with his character.
Mm-hmm.
He is that dippy, you know, and he's one of the people that could probably edit videos in like an hour that would take me 5 hours. You know, he's that sort of, you know, put all these productions together. He's a complete nerd in that zone.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to practical stuff, he's like, I don't know.
Right.
Yep. So, yeah, the physical stuff, it still holds up. It does. It's the worst part of this film, actually, the most unrealistic part is the pipe smoke. Like you can just tell that's been CGI'd in. It was a strange choice.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because like it's if he was actually blowing smoke because of the fact that he's wearing such a big prosthetic, like it would just kind of fill up in his face and come out his eyes and shit. So it's like between that
yeah.
and
Maybe they tried
the
it.
one scene where he's sort of in the shadows and like he gets really grumpy face. Like, I mean, yeah, those are very, very, very heavily CGI, but it's like, didn't take me out of it any.
No, that's what I mean. It's the only like I think there's 3 times we actually see the pipe smoke, and it's just obvious that it's lured over the top. But because everything else is done so well, and I'm enjoying the story, and I like the characters, I can forgive it. That's what I keep making the point is. If you're not enjoying yourself, then you start picking at the mistakes, like picking a scab. If you're going with it, you can forgive a wee thing like that now and again. You can understand what the process is, and you can just sort of gloss over it and crack on.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to see an outtake where they tried to get him to actually smoke and see that happening, though.
Right.
I kind of want to see him trying a real pipe for the prosthetics to see that.
Yeah, I really hope this gets a physical release with some behind the scenes shit. I think that'd be so much fun.
I think they need to. This is back to old school horror, isn't it? Back to when they made it an event and there's pride in making an actual story, not just cashing in, just shitting something out for the sake of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice.
But yeah, we'll have the classic. Let's all split up, and they even make a joke about it. There's a few jokes here, you know, about the horror genre and stuff, without going full scream meta crap. You know, what do you mean? You want us to split up in an abandoned factory at nighttime? You know,
yeah, this shit's so good. It's like it's always nice when the characters understand horror. Because it's like that's always the kicker with like say zombie movies and shit. Like, oh, I've never even heard of what this is. And it's like, in no reality do people not understand what a fucking zombie is.
Yeah. There's this problem at the moment because horror is horror. there's a lot of tourism because, like I said, other franchises are just burning to the ground, and it's not just in film, but it's literary as well. You know, people aren't interested in a lot of stuff coming out there, so you've got creators like, oh, horror's easy. Horror fans like anything, they'll accept. We'll just jump in there, and it's getting a bit annoying now. So it's nice to see someone who actually understands the genre and has a. I don't think you can make this without having an appreciation and enjoy the genre because it wouldn't translate on the screen. Here's the thing, though: where does Popeye get his tobacco? That's been the main question.
Well, who says he's smoking tobacco?
Yeah. Do you think he's smoking the spinach as well as eating it?
I mean, fuck, he doesn't lead.
It's the only
so
thing there. Do you know what I mean?
that'd be my guess.
Because it doesn't. He's not exactly going to the 7-Eleven for a packet of smokes, is he? Or a pouch.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine that he steps out every now and then and goes grabs a bag of tobacco.
Yeah. You kind of lose the whole urban myth as well, because if you just walk it up.
Well, no, I could see like that being a funny thing, like just only one person actually knows this dude exists, and they're just like homies or something. Like he goes by every month and waits till it's almost closing time. There's nobody there, steps in, gets a couple pouches, and then fucks off. And it's like, it's just between them. Nobody else knows. And they have a totally different relationship. Like, I love the idea of that.
That would be funny. Yeah. This is a sort of, do you know what? This is the sort of stuff I could play with. This is what I hoped Winnie the Pooh and all that stuff would be. Does that make sense? This is what I've been looking for with the whole Nightmare Fairy Tales thing, or like taking these IPs. This is what I was hoping the films would be like. Do you maybe get my frustration now with some of the previous outings when I know it can be like this?
I mean, I've been digging them, so.
Oh, fine then. Wasn't digging. I'm just saying. Like, do you know where I'm coming from now? Because this is the sort of stuff I'm looking for. Margot comes back. I don't know. This felt like it was attacked on scene, but it was still funny. Like, Margot doesn't have photocopiers or printers in her office. So the one set of documents that haven't been signed anyway, so that's what she has to go back for. I have to be in that folder.
I mean, we got to bring her back somehow, right?
I suppose she would have done, you know what I mean? She could have just disappeared, Emma, but I'll be honest, she had a great scene. This was funny. She obviously comes back. She discovers Angus, or what's left of him. And her running about and stuff, she was like really overacting, hamming it up. Like, I think she was having a laugh.
Oh, yeah.
But the same with the door, like she's trying to close the door and stuff. And I didn't even see that coming. I thought he was just going to smash through the door or something. But yeah, Marco gets scalped. She just grabbed by the hair and just like, yep.
Yep, definitely was not expecting that.
No, that's what I mean. It just came out of nowhere. It just it shows that there's this a sense of inventiveness here, you know, and just want to have fun and do.
Well, I mean, especially how she gets taken out, because
Yeah.
like you think that's gonna be the end of it, and nope, picks her ass up, throws her in a fucking baler. It's like, fuck yeah, that's the way to do it.
God, I was working last year, and this wee prick was wee gobby, everything, blah 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 blah. I was tempted to pick him up and throw him in one of those. We had a baler, and I was tempted. Did you only have one of them moments of, no, you're going to ruin your life, Colin, don't do it. But then the other part of your brain's going, but he'll fit. And I could just he's right there, and that's right there, and I could just solve my problem, my headache right now by.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, Margot was funny. It was just a tack on scene or bit of the plot. Like it didn't need to happen. She didn't have to be there, but for some reason it worked. And once
Yeah.
again, you're having fun, so you don't start nitpicking. It's just a funny. What the hell is she coming back for? Ah well, I'll teach her. Get a
Mhm.
photocopier in future. Yeah, and then we have Dexter. He loves the friend zone, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a
Definitely.
masochistic thing, isn't it? I'm gonna just launch myself in there and stay there, and then get frustrated. At, um, you need to watch the Scooby Doo Supernatural crossover if you haven't. That was fun.
I didn't even know that was a fucking thing.
It did an episode.
That's hilarious.
So
I've watched a little
the
bit off
Winchester
and
brothers
on.
get sucked into basically the cartoon
That's
by a ghost.
fantastic. Yeah, that's next series on my list that, the wife and I are gonna go
Yeah.
through after we finish Scrubs.
What was it? Dean's like, I'd die for that dog. Just oh, I'll not spoil. That's a fun episode. Like, even if you don't watch the Supernatural series, you can watch that on its own.
That's the thing I like about that show. It's like most episodes are just like, even though there's backstory behind it, like you could just watch a story or watch an episode and enjoy it.
Yeah, but that's yeah. I think that's why it managed. What was it? 14 seasons before it was finally ended.
Something like that.
Yeah, like bloody hell, that's some going, especially for a TV show.
Mhm.
And people are still enjoying it up to the end. I just don't. I don't have time to go through 13 series of anything. Like I sort of watched it on and off. It was always like one of the not Star anymore, but it was like appeared in network TV back in the day. As a
Mhm.
kid, and you just sort of watched it, and then you never thought about it again. It's like, oh, that was fun. Um, this is where we start finding out all the shenanigans that went on with the factory.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that that's the premise of all this shit is contaminated spinach. But they never really, at least I don't remember them going into like what happened exactly. We just, oh, it's contaminated, and then you see an open can and it's all glowing and presumably radioactive.
Yeah, but we find out that olive oil, like I just love that, and I knew it was coming. Was the whistleblower that got the
Hmm.
factory closed down? But Alistair Holdings, who owns the whole thing, see if Bluto isn't the CEO, I will be disappointed. We need Bluto in it. We
Hmm.
need a sequel to this, and we need Bluto to be in the sequel.
Oh, 100%.
Like if that doesn't happen, like seriously, I'll be annoyed.
Or we get 3 other sequels to this, and in part 4 we get Bluto,
Oh, it all
but
builds up to
it's
Bluto.
it's like the, you know Citizen Toxie, where he's essentially the Noxie version of Popeye. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, it has to be as Bluto. We'll have to get
Well,
proper.
no, I mean
Yeah,
obviously he would be Bluto, but
yeah,
I'm just saying like the the idea of it being like the evil version of the evil villain. Like I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
yeah, yeah. Just and it's just a sort of testament to this movie that I'm thinking of these things. I'm thinking about sequels and where I can
Mhm.
go because I wasn't with the other ones. But this, I'm like, oh, they can have so much fun with this because I get that they actually enjoy the property and they've really dove into it just to go, oh, that's a wee fun thing to do. That's without
Mhm.
going too much into it. But yeah, then we'll go back to the Dum Dum, the Larry Moe and curly. The fucking...
Right. Yeah, I love
We
how they
know they're
roll up.
gonna. We know they're toast, but there's no if buts and maybes about it. We're just waiting for the when. War between Popeye and Pluto with a small village caught in the middle.
That'd be pretty good too.
Yeah, so they've got it right. They could almost do this Resident Evil style. This is how bonkers this could go, because the contaminated spinach obviously has properties, whatever the contamination is. So they could make it like the T virus, and it could just have all this mad shit.
That'd be pretty funny.
But that's why I should never make or try to make a movie, because I would couldn't calm myself down. But once again, I'm just having fun, and I'm just seeing where it can go. Just most of the ideas wouldn't work, but still, the fact that you're talking about it just shows what's happening. But yeah, obviously the terrible trio, Joey and his pals. Oh, she's having a night without me. Oh, yeah, she's now doing this, doing that. I'm gonna go sort her out.
Yeah, I love how they bring a fucking gun to talk to his girlfriend.
But the fact that Jesse
damn,
has the
dude.
gun and he gives it to Terry and he keeps the knife, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You're just okay, mate. Right? Well, you've screwed yourself, haven't you?
Right.
But yeah, they they come in, they encounter Popeye, and Jesse pulling out the knife. You're just like, mate, nah.
Right, and I love too that it's like just the smallest fucking knife.
It's
ever.
a little bitch knife of
So good.
I got the joke. That's the thing. I'm getting the joke with us. Like, mate, we've already seen him take what he's done so far. You've no chance. That's
right.
it. But yeah, as he when they find him later on, he just gets his head twisted, like right round. Terry just shows himself to be the sort of bitch that he is. Like, what an absolute creature.
Right.
Like, I like the actor. The actor really went to town with this. He just owned the character. That's why back to saying he's the pantomime villain. You're not meant to like him, but he's played so well that you're like, fair play to you. So when it comes down to it, he just squeals like a pig and runs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it, Lisa? Is it Olivia or Lisa to find Jesse's body?
It was
Lisa, wasn't it? And Shane?
Yeah.
Yeah, the couple, yeah. Is he dead?
Yeah, so good. And how they go out, man, that shit is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but I felt bad. Those two did not deserve to die. Like, those two didn't deserve. They were just they're a couple that play with each other. They're actually nice people.
The problem is, though, they broke slasher trope rules. So they had to die.
But they haven't had sex.
They were trespassing.
Well, that's everybody, yeah. That's everybody,
like,
yeah.
You gotta die if you break any of the rules.
But they were just, but you know what I mean? They were just nice people. Like, there's nothing. Do you know why they always try in a slasher to make the characters as irritating as possible so you don't feel anything for them? Because they're afraid that if you have any investment in the characters, you'll get upset when they die.
I'm gonna say that's a lazy slasher.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? That sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where these are likable characters, and obviously, apart from the trio of dum-dums, who, yeah, they're set up. You're just waiting for them to happen. But the rest of them, like, and also Popeye didn't really have anything to do with this.
Yeah. Well, he did with her death, not so much Homeboy's
sort
death.
of, yeah, sort of.
Like, I mean, he scared her,
Yeah,
and she fell.
but you know what I
So
mean. They 100% did that to themselves.
yeah, definitely.
That's the funny thing about it is.
Yeah, I did not see her death coming. Like, that one was an absolute surprise, and it had me giggling pretty good.
Yeah, like it's just funny, but you're just like, oh, and you can do both. That's the thing. If you've got the right characters and the right writing, you can do both. There's nothing wrong with
Mhm.
that.
Right.
Um, yeah, we're already got the heads dropped as to who Olivia is,
Mhm.
and I just love the way Dexter's doing the Neo thing. Huh?
Well, the kicker
You know in the
was, man,
Matrix, the third one. Who's the only character?
it's like I watched that once when it came out. I
Right.
don't remember it.
Who's the only character that refers to Neo as Mr. Anderson?
You're asking me questions about a movie that I saw like 20 years ago.
Right. Okay. Well, spoilers, Agent Smith. Like the only one that ever refers to him as Mr. Anderson to the
Mhm.
entire thing. And of course, Keanu Reeves going, huh? You know, as usual, sort of, yeah, man.
Mhm.
This is that. Dexter's basically channeling his inner Keanu Reeves.
Fair.
Like not twigging anything on. Even the bit where they hold up the foot, they find Popeye's lair where he's been living,
Mhm.
and they see the family photograph, and like he's just not putting two and two together. And even the bit where Olivia's like, "Yeah, she's really beautiful, isn't she?" Talking about Olive Oil, her mother.
Mhm.
You're like,
Well, and that was the kicker. Like, I didn't see that one coming, that they were siblings.
no, that's
And then it's like, wait, so dude was obsessed with his
the
mom?
only thing they didn't do
Yeah.
was put her in the red jumpsuit. Knowing she's holding. The only thing she's not is in the red pajama thing. What do you call them,
Mhm.
onesies?
Yeah.
But it's, you know what I mean, it's Olive Oil and sweet pea.
Mhm.
Like you're just like, oh, and Dexter's just going, like not picking up anything that's being thrown down for him. Like he's getting this all laid out, and he's supposed to be an investigator.
Right.
But once again, he's a likable character. He's just that sort of we all know those sort of absent-minded goofballs, don't we?
Mhm.
Absolutely no harm in them whatsoever. They're brilliant at certain things, but they just need the help with their shoelaces sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
I can be that. There's times I'm not absent-minded. I just, if my head's like completely into something, I'll forget. What's my name? Huh? What? And go like that. So I totally get it. I just like the way they're having fun with it.
Mhm.
It's not bad writing. It's actually his character is that sort of person, and they kept him like that throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're back to Joey again, and already he's invented a narrative in his head. So he's run about. He's got a gun now. He shoots Katie.
Yeah, that was a kicker.
Yeah, and then he runs out on her like a little bitch. You know what I mean? His
Right.
whole obsession, his whole reason for living, he can't live without her. But yeah, see ya.
I mean, to be fair, that's what you should do. Like, if you shoot somebody, run the fuck away. You don't wanna get caught.
Yeah, it's just like but he's just a complete bitch. That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
funny. Yeah, but once again, he's just that whole. This is my truth. This is what I'm. When he meets Lisa, is it? Yeah, he meets Lisa before they get dispatched. Yeah, in between
Yeah.
Shane and Lisa, yeah, he runs in. He's like, "Oh, he killed Katie." Blah blah blah, and then he runs off. And yeah, what a creature, man! What an absolute creature. And he's everything you'd expect him to be.
Right.
But his ending was funny. Just the whole, you could just see the setup. You know what I mean? This is proper old school. He's stuck his head between what do you call it? Well, the blankets and the fake body and stuff. You know, as he gets ripped apart.
Mhm.
But it still works.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. We know what it is. We know what the trick is, but it still works. Visually, it still looks good and it's still fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just like the beginning of the movie when dude gets his head popped in half. Like when he drops, it's like they're just careful to hide it. So it's like, yeah, I mean that's smart, and it adds to the illusion of him not having a head. But yeah,
Yeah.
great shot.
There's some great camera work in this, like the cuts and all that kind of stuff. The really, like the atmosphere of the factory. They're not using over the top music. They're actually using the sounds of the factory. It's really subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel like you're in an abandoned factory. Yeah, even the bit where he goes in, like she's setting up, watching the cameras, and playing. He comes in to look at the monitor and stuff. Like that was a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because Katie's away to get coffee, you know, and she turned around, he's there looking at the cameras and the monitors. You know, that was just a dopey scene, but it was so much fun. You know, that moment of he's real, he's fucking real.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that shit. God, it's just so fucking funny.
But we finally get the reveal, which I think we all saw coming. That basically Olivia were guessing put into foster care
Mm-hmm.
after her mum went missing. We never found out Popeye's story. How he ended up the way he was. I would like to think he was dropped into a vat. He went back to investigate his wife's disappearance, and he got dropped into a vat of spinach. Maybe they didn't have
Yeah.
the budget to do that.
Or
But
maybe they're just hoping for a sequel to, delve in a little bit more.
that would be a good opening scene for the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Do like a back in time, and Popeye's come off leave, and he's investigating what happened to his wife, and he meets. We don't see him though. We don't see Bluto, but he's in the shadows, and he gets chucked into the vat.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be brilliant. Then we're back to the story continuing. Like honestly, I could already imagine with this setup. I can imagine what a sequel would look like
Mm-hmm.
with this sort of atmosphere, the camera shots, the characters that are left. I can see it without destroying anything. And I haven't seen this in ages with one of these sort of productions.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel forced. I can actually feel the story continuing. And I love it.
Right. I really hope it does. Because this was a great movie.
Yeah. So of course we get the aftermath. We find out that Katie survived, Olivia, or Sweet Pea, and Dexter, and then the police all arrive, and there's like bodies everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's a complete mess. But then we meet Lex again, who's like, I can't the pulled out, I can't sell this place, blah 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 blah. I just wish he was speaking to Bluto.
Right.
Without saying it. Do you know what I mean? I think he could have done it. If he had been on the phone, sorry, boss, they're just not doing it. I think there would have been perfect setup.
Right.
But still, I didn't hate the, what I mean? I've enjoyed this movie, and I just hope there's a sequel. Like,
Same. I could really see this being a small but a franchise nonetheless.
yeah, but it doesn't have to be massive. You know what I mean? This is one you could do like loads of movies and just have shit ton of fun with. This is what we were hoping for.
Yeah, man, this exceeded my expectations. Like absolutely exceeded them.
It's great, isn't it? It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a nice feeling to just be, somebody's wanting to entertain me. I'm having fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of this, please. There you go. I enjoyed the soundtrack as well. That was a
pretty good.
decent soundtrack. Yeah, so it just had the right mix, but there you go. I'm happy we did this one.
Yeah, same.
I will have a look at Popeye's Revenge in full, but I just know it's going to be a cringe fest.
Yeah, at some point I'll watch it too. No clue when, because I really don't want to have to pay for it. But yeah, at some point
No,
I'll
this
give
is
this a watch.
this has to be like a chibi thing or something. Just but yeah, it's not in the radar, but that's a morbid curiosity watch. This one was fun. Like, definitely check it out. Like, of all
Yeah.
the slagging off the the Puniverse and the taking the old cartoon characters and the Steamboat Willie and stuff, everyone's like, "Oh no, these are shit." This is how they got it right.
I mean,
And
I
this is
think
the way
you're
to
the
go.
only one that's saying, "Oh no, these are shit."
No,
But
there's
that's
lots of
just
people.
me. Oh, who?
Lots of
Name
people.
one
People
person.
understand movies.
I understand movies like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so you say.
Like, I've got all them motherfuckers in the Australian Collector's Edition. They come in a little book and everything. Yeah, no, I love those movies.
On your own, on your own, on your own. He's finally woken up. It's like, oh, don't you?
No, I just I
Yeah.
pick and choose where I'll argue with you, because otherwise it's just that's all it would be.
Yeah. 5-hour streams of just, you're wrong. It's all fun. No, I'm really happy with this one, honestly.
Yeah, man, you guys should check it out.
plays.
Absolutely. Like, I just watched it like a few hours ago. I'm gonna be watching it again tonight because it was that fucking good.
Yeah.
And it only got 48 hours with the rental.
Excellent. There you go, folks. There's another one done. Good fun. Keep an eye out this week. Things are coming down the pipeline. We're really charging ahead. Horrific Publishing is taking off, and I'm so happy about it. So, Horrific Tales Volume 2 will be coming out soon. And as always, keep updated with the channel, do the typical things, and remember to keep it creepy.
Keep it horrific.
Horrific.